Are you ready? Welcome to weekly workout number 3. Ando here from Happy Life Martial Arts, and today we're going to keep the theme of pushing the bad guys and bad things out of our life. We've already worked on pushing with 2 hands, we've worked on pushing with our foot, so today let's add the old 1-2, probably the first combo ever thrown by a human being. We're going to sweat a little bit more today than last time, so grab a quick sip of water and let's go. Okay, as always, please clear your space and then pick your pace. A little faster, a little slower, a little softer, a little harder. That's on you. Please listen to your body. I want you to push yourself, but not hurt yourself. Got it? Let's go. I like to start every workout, as you know, standing tall. So spread out your feet, stand up tall, take a big breath, and just hold it for a moment. Now, when I just said clear your space, you probably just think about the room that you're standing in, so you don't bump into anything, break anything. But I'd like you to think also about clearing the space up here and in here. Right before we work out, remember, we're only working out to encourage new habits, new feelings, a new sense of empowerment. But we can't do that if your head and your heart are just crammed with stress and fear and doubt. So take this time just to stand up for a moment, think about your mind, something that's bothering you, hurting your feelings, someone insulted you, something's disappointing to you. Push that out. Lighten the load up there. We talk about things weighing heavily on our minds or heavily on our hearts. So let's lighten up a little bit. Take another big breath. Clear some space in your head. Now a couple more breaths. Move this down to your heart. If you feel yourself getting smaller and getting crushed by life, take that big breath like a balloon. 2 balloons, really. Expand your chest, open up your body. Push away anything that's hurting your heart, hurting your feelings. Open up this space, clear it, so we can make room for something good to come in. One more breath. Hold this spot on this beautiful planet. All right, now let's move. Let's fill it up with some good stuff, yeah? Let's start with some arm swings. You know I'm a fan of these. So 2 hands up, 2 hands down. Heavy on both swings. Swing down, heavy, heavy. Think about your whole body helping you out here. Bend your knees, feel that little bounce, feel how you're connected to the earth. Now we're gonna move this to the ground right away. I've got 3 sets of this I'd like to do today. So this is just set number 1. All right, so open up your shoulders one more time, and I'll meet you on the ground here. All right, so on the ground, I'm not going to call this a push up where we're just going directly up. I'd like you to again think about going down slowly. We're going to dig into our palm heels and then push back. I like that better. All right, so slowly, straight body, hands and toes, palm heels, slowly down, taking that big breath in. Now dig in those palm heels and push back. Try that again, slowly down. I'm not against push-ups. I do push-ups all the time. But today, push back. I'm really focusing on this pushing away idea. And I'm trying to feel that arm swing that I just did. Keep going, pick your pace. I don't count. I don't like counting reps. Down. Just focus on how you're feeling. Don't focus on numbers and blah, blah, blah. Just focus on how you feel. Down, dig in those palm heels, push back. See if you can use the same muscles that you were just using when you were swinging your arms. Heavy arms. One more here, and push back. Great, stand back up. Okay, now I'd like you to spread your feet out And I just want you to pick up your feet and put them down as fast as you can, like a tap dancer. Okay, you can start off a little bit slowly. Keeping your hands up is always a good idea. Just left and right, and just speed that up as fast as you can. Just a little bit. Woo, and freeze right there. Now let's make it bigger and slower. Lifting up your knee, warming up your lower back, your hips. If you can get that knee all the way up into the body, that's great. Don't hit yourself in the nose. All right, just a few of these. Very nice. Set number 1, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Now, let's take that kick that we worked on last time. 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back. Hands up in front, okay? Take the back foot and just lift it up, push it out, and let it fall. And try the other leg. So up, out, and down. You don't have to kick high. As a matter of fact, I prefer kicking low. It's not about acrobatics. I'm always thinking about self-defense. And when I'm pushing something away with my foot, I'm thinking center mass. All right, so bring that knee up, push that foot out with control, right? Up, out. You can go faster if you wish. Up and out. A couple more here. Up and out. Shuffle back. Up and out. 2 more. Up and out. And last one. Here you go. All right, standing back to your arm swings. But I'd like you to put 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back this time. All right, keep your feet engaged. Up, down. If you want to go all the way up, that's great. We're just warming up, so don't hold back in your body. You opened up some space. We're still opening up some space. That's what stretching is, right? Opening, reaching, extending. All right, so heavy arms, just play around with your feet. Different ways you can, timing. Switch your feet, other side, 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back. Just swing your arms from here. Let your legs help, a little bounce. Heavy arms, that feels good. All right, back to the ground, some pushbacks. Strong hands, strong body. Slowly down. Focus, dig in those palm heels and back. Slowly down. Dig back. Now as you dig back, make sure those ears go inside your shoulders, okay? Protecting my head as I do this. I'm thinking about pushing away a bad guy here. Okay, so here I am getting my mind together. And now here comes a big push right to their face. And I'm protecting my head when I do that. A couple more. And back. And maybe last one here. And back. Good, back up. So we'll do this fast feet again, but this time, let's put 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back. Hands up. Same thing, just gonna lift up your feet, 1, 2, 1, 2. Go for it. All right, the farther apart your feet are, the more difficult this is. So if you want to challenge yourself, widen out your stance a bit. Woo, you'll feel it. Okay, and switch your feet, other foot in front. You start off slowly just to feel what you're doing, and then start going. Yeah, there you go. Nice. And shake that out, or is that just me? Leg lifts, but this time same thing. Let's keep that stance going. 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back, hands up. Lift up the front leg, and now the back leg. All right, so I'm just rocking a little bit back and forth. Still trying to get that knee up, at least to your belt. That'd be great. But whatever you can do, it's okay. Still keeping our head straight. Nice big breaths. All right, let's switch sides. So 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back, hands up. Lift up your front leg, lift up your back leg. Straight foot for now. Don't let your leg get crooked. I'm keeping my fingers up straight for the moment. Keeping my toes up straight. So if you want to add that little detail, great. A couple more here. You can always speed up. That's up to you. I talk too much and I get distracted. Great. Now let's turn that into some kicks. Switch your feet. Let's just kick with the back foot for today, though. So back foot up and out. And move it back, up and out. Yep. Up, out, and down. All right. I'm not letting it fall carelessly. Let's practice control. Up, out. Just kiss the ground with your foot. Up, out, and down. Little control at the end. My leg feels heavy. I'm still in control. 2 more. Or 1 if you've chosen to go slowly. Great. Where are we here? I'm low on oxygen. Back to the arm swings, please. So 1 foot in front. Last set. Up and down. Up and down. Really reach. I'm looking up and looking back a little bit just to make it more of a stretch for myself. And down a little bit. Switch your feet. And just clear some space. Not just in your mind and your heart, but how about in your shoulders? Carry a lot of tension up there. Open it up. All right. You got it. What's next? Down to the floor, please. I'll meet you there. Here we go. Slowly. Now, if you want to change your hand position a little bit, go right ahead. I'm going to stay right here for today. Slowly down, whatever that means to you. And then dig in those palm heels. Push back, ears inside the shoulders. Slowly down and back. Big breaths. Keep clearing space. Nice. Couple more here. Take your time. You don't have to be in a hurry. This is your time. Make the most of it. If you feel your arm shaking a little bit, okay, just observe that. Say, I see you. It's okay. 1 more. Here we go. Last one. Push back and up. Very nice. And fast feet. So 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back. Drop down a little bit lower. Right? If you're up here on your tiptoes, this is odd. It's not what I want. So still feel that you're grounded. And now pick up your feet and try to keep your head right where it is. Okay? Go ahead. Trying not to throw my microphone off. Great. Switch your feet, other side. Hands up. Always. Well, for today. 1 foot in front, 1 in back. Start off slowly. Head strong. Hands strong. Feet fast. Make the neighbors upset. Good. Leg lifts. 1 foot in front, 1 in back. Front leg, knee up. Back leg, knee up. So we're just getting ready to throw the kick. I'm just chambering. That's really what I'm doing here. 1 step at a time. Let your body feel comfortable. Loosen up your lower back and your hips. Get those knees up. Switch your feet, other side. Always start strong. Don't just start moving. Take a second to hold that space. Clear some space. Get the right position. And then within that framework, play with it. Loosen up. But stick to the rules. And today the rules are hands up. Head straight. Stay low. Knees up. All right. And let's start throwing some kicks. Nice and easy. Hands up. Bend your legs. If you notice, my feet are spread out left to right and front to back. So if you catch yourself standing lined up like you're on a surfboard, not today. So let's just kick with the back leg for now. Hands up, eyes straight, knees straight, toes straight, and then step down and back. Okay, so everything is boom, straight ahead. Just lift it, launch it, and enjoy the fireworks. Boom. If you want to add a little pop to it now, go ahead. It's fun. Ooh, fill that space with fire. Pure Fire. Good. Nice. Last one, make it a good one. Now right here, before we fully catch our breath, let's just take one of those legs. All right, get ready. And we're just gonna hold it up and lift it and hold it out. And let's just see if we can hold it there. I don't know, count to 5, something like that. All right, so just to get our balance back. So hands up, strong legs, here we go. Back leg, bring that up to your belt, or as high as you can today. Stick out the foot and hold it right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. Switch your feet. Same thing on this side. Big breath. Feel the ground. Let that help you keep your balance. If you're up here, you'll fall. So feel the ground. Strong hands, strong legs, big breath. Make some space to lift that leg and stick it out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, what was that? 5. Good. All right, so shake that out. We're gonna go down to the ground again. So come on down. Let's talk for a second. And in these little sit down parts, keep breathing. This is still part of your exercise to build the habit of good posture all the time. I'm always trying to feel balanced in the world, and I'm always trying to expand my space, my awareness, my feelings, and my physical body. So take up your space right here. Okay, now let's talk about the old 1-2. We've already worked on a push with 2 hands at the same time, so we're just gonna break that apart. Instead of letting our body move forward like a box, like you're rolling a refrigerator, we're gonna let the body turn and twist a little bit. So a little bit of this rotation. Now, if you know me, you know I believe in starting things slowly so we can study it, make sure that the body is lined up so that we don't hurt ourselves either now or over time by having something a little off. You grind down your joints or you end up tearing a tendon. I would like to avoid that. I mean, bad stuff happens no matter what, but hopefully we can direct which bad things are gonna happen. So for right now, let's start with this. We're gonna put our hands on the ground like a push-up position, and all we're gonna do is just lift up one hand and replace it. We're just gonna go back and forth, okay? And the main thing is, you could treat this like a yoga exercise where you're gonna turn all the way up and hold your posture, but I'm thinking self-defense. I'm always pretending this is the bad guy down here. So just like I'm standing up, and you can start by the way, hands are on the ground, okay, feeling my palm heels digging in. This is just like I'm standing in my stance. And now I'm gonna do, is I just wanna start turning my spine, just turn my shoulder, and just lift up onto one arm and let your shoulder push out. That would be the first strike, that's the 1. And now I'm gonna exchange that with 2. Okay, so if you wanna start rolling and rocking on that, go ahead. Now, as you're doing that, remember, we already warmed up our shoulder a great deal. So think about that arm swing and feel this shoulder coming into play here as you turn a little bit, okay? Now, I'd like you to keep your eyes on your other hand. I don't want to see this hand come up behind your head right now or down to your knee. There's all kinds of fun exercises that we can do like this, but right now, I really am thinking about the 1, 2. 1, 2. So keep breathing and keep your fingers back a little bit so you're really focusing on the palm heel. You can actually add a little pop to the ground if you feel okay with that. If you need to go to your knees and do the same thing, that's fine. If this is a little odd, then certainly you can go up against the wall and set your feet back a little bit and just play on the wall. It's okay. Now, if you want to touch your hair as you rotate, that's okay. That's a very defensive position, like you're blocking while you're striking, okay? So you can think about protecting your head every time you send out one of these palm heel strikes, that your other hand is protecting your head. But I also like to think of it just staying more in the middle, right here. So I'm not bringing it up all the way. If you want to speed up a little bit, if you feel that shoulder, then speed up a little bit. Just doing one set of this, so whatever you can do. Keep breathing. And that's good enough. Right there. Okay, did you feel that? Stand up. So now you've got that feeling in your shoulders. Let's apply it standing up. So 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back. Try not to slip in your puddle of sweat. So that's all I'm going to do is we're just going to take that same feeling, stick out one hand, stick out the other hand. And again, if you want to close up your fists today and throw a punch, that's up to you. I'm going to stick to palm heels because I'm talking about pushing, and this makes me feel more like I'm pushing, and because I got a bad finger over here and it's hard to make a fist. But you do what you do. It's your workout. All right, so you can speed up a little bit and just feel how your body turns and reaches a little bit. Reaches a little bit. Just like we were doing on the ground. And if you'd like to bring that other hand back to your hair and protect your head this way, that's fine. If you're thinking a little more about our neutral stance, you want to keep your other hand in the middle, that's fine. Why don't we switch our feet, other side? All I ask is that you, a couple things here. Okay, so I'm asking for a lot. I'm greedy. A couple things. One, just keep your eyes on your hands. Don't let your hand disappear behind your head. Don't let it fall down under your eye line. Just keep your hand in front of you the whole time. If it comes back to your hair and you can still see that, that's fine. It's in your peripheral vision, fine. The next thing I'd like you to think about is, again, keeping that shoulder up, all right? Just play with it. See how my shoulder's up. When we push with two hands, we talked about hiding the head inside like this, protecting our jawline and our neck. So even when I'm sending out one hand, I'm still thinking about kissing my ear with my shoulder. So keep that up, not unnaturally and strange, but remember the arm is swinging up. So let that arm up, 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 up. Yes, there's other ways to do this. There are, but for right now, good habit, keep your hands in the middle between you and the bad guy. Keep your hands here and keep them up where you can see them. I always think of it like this. If you can't see your hands, that means the bad guy can't see your hands. And that means you're going to see his hands coming to hit you really fast. So if my hands are here, at least I have a chance of stopping or deflecting or parrying or something. So two hands up, couple more here. Reaching out. And the last little thing that we were just going to add on there is chin down, eyes up. Okay, it's very easy as you start throwing hands. I'm talking about my shoulder coming up to my ear. That can feel awkward. You might be tight in your neck. So you meet it halfway. Don't just bring up your shoulder, but bring your chin down a little bit. Okay? Again, to protect the front of the neck. Okay? And to bring the skull bones forward so you're not sitting there with your nose sticking out or your chin sticking out. Blood knockout. Bad stuff. So as you do this, if I'm done talking to someone, then I'm shelling up a little bit. And that means my shoulder's up, my forehead's forward, my chin's down, but I'm always looking up. So all together, last little bit here, keep this going. Stick out the palms or punches. Feel your shoulder, adding that extra little reach. Twist your body a little bit, not too far and not too little, just right for today. Let that shoulder come up and meet your bottom of the ear right there, and look up through your eyebrows there. Look up. Protect your head. Okay? Good. Now, if you got that, shake out your arms. That was a lot, huh? We got to talk a little bit about the footwork on this. If you're standing still and you just launch your hands, well, that's nice, but it's not really your whole body power. And remember, in martial arts, I want my whole body involved as much as I can. So, whether this bad guy's advancing on me or I'm advancing on him or her, I would like my feet to be involved. So remember that fast footwork we did today? Yep. So these two little steps, that's all I'm going to use. A little step and a little step. Let the back foot chase the front foot, but it never catches up. It's just a little advance of your stance. Advance your stance. I'm always in my stance. Today I'm not like walking or crossing or cross-stepping or anything cool. It's just boom, 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 boom. So let's practice that first, then we'll add the palms back. All right, so 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Think about your feet picking up, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You can use this forwards, you can use this backwards, play with it a little bit side to side, just little steps. Wherever you move 1 foot, let the other foot follow so that you stay strong and balanced. That's all we're doing. We'll just call this a shuffle. Not because I made that up, but just because. All right, so the trick here is to still keep your head smooth, not bouncing. No bouncing, not today. And just little steps. You don't need a lot. Bad guy's coming, you're here, and boom, boom. We're just going to advance our space into their space. Let's add the palm heels back to that now. Okay, so here's what all we got to do. When the front foot moves, so does my front hand. Put those together, put those together. So 1, 2, 1, 2. We're throwing a 1, 2 with our hands, and really we're throwing a 1, 2 with our feet. Okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So play with that a little bit. And let's not go backwards. All right? So let's start off 1, 2, 1, 2. And then why don't you pivot a little bit, pick a new direction. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then turn a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. Turn a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2. Turn a little bit. 1, 2. Keep that going. So we're just combining the 1, 2 palm heel combination with a little bit of shuffling footwork so that our whole body is moving. All right? Now, very quickly, you can either listen or you can just keep practicing, or both. The timing on these things and the variety of different ways you can contort your arm, there's many different ways to play with this 1, 2. Today I'm just giving you a very nice template that you can pretty much build any other variation off of. But for today, one big idea would be to keep your timing together. So very quickly what I mean is most people who begin some type of martial arts training find it easier to step and then stick out their hand. All right, it's foot first. So boom, hit. That's great. There's a time and place for all of these. But today I would love it if you could make your foot hit at the same time that your hand is extended so that it just becomes one noise. If you're breathing, or if you want to snap, throw a snap. Okay? And that means you have to do that twice. So you should be hearing not boom, boom. It should just be boom, boom. And again, boom, boom. That's it. Boom, boom. If you want to slow down and make sure, boom, boom. Okay? Boom, boom. If you want to go faster, totally fine. But try that right now. Put your timing together. I believe if you're good at putting it together, it's a lot easier to start playing around with breaking up that timing. But for now, let's just coordinate hands and foot together and keep that timing solid. Okay? Okay. Now, take a break for a second, catch your breath. Do you know where we're going here? We're going to add that kick. Now, when you add the kick, this might throw off that beautiful timing that you just developed over these many minutes. What I want you to think about is this rhythm. 1, 2, kick. 1, 2, kick. I don't want you to hear 1, 2, kick. Or 1, 2, kick. Why? Because every time there's a pause, that's an opportunity for the bad guy to hit you back. So as we throw the 1, 2, really, don't tell anybody, it's just 1. If you think of this as 1, 2, then what could happen is 1, 2. No good. And then when you add a kick, if you're thinking 1, 2, oh my nose, 3, that's a terrible day right there. Why would you do that? So once you decide to go, attack, fight back, I don't want to leave opportunities for them to turn the tides. Unless we're talking strategically that you start drawing them out, but that's for another day. For now, my challenge to you is to keep this timing as 1, 2, 3. So, standing up, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, Get ready. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. If you want to slow that down. 1, 2, 3. Now this is not easy, so be patient with yourself here. 1, 2, 3. Keep going. Look at your hands and look at your foot for now, so you can really be honest with yourself about whether you're nailing this timing. Hand, hand, foot. That's what I want you to see. Face, face, middle line. Okay? Do you have it? You see it? Are you trying it? Please, don't just sit here eating chips. Try this. I want you to look at your body and see hand, hand, foot. Not hand, hand, foot. So if you make a little breath each time, that might help. See if you can tighten that up. Doesn't have to be fast, but make it consistent. You got it? Play with this for a couple of seconds here. Okay? It's very important. Now let's switch feet if you haven't already. We're going to try it again. Here's one little tip that might help. If you pretend you have a string tied between your back elbow and your back knee, when you send, there's 1, here comes 2. As I send 2, that string starts to pull up that knee so that 3 is ready to go. I do not want to do 1, 2, recover, and then send up the kick, because that would be 4 counts, right? That would be 1, 2, 3, 4. See it? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I know I'm throwing the kick, so I'm going to start throwing that kick instead of a step. You with me? So instead of step, step, I'm doing step, push off, chamber kick. So that stepping movement just becomes a lifting movement. That's the trick. So 1, 2, 3. You won't hear a sound on the second one this time. So on the other side, if you haven't already, or switch as you need to, let's throw a couple more. Make sure you can see your hands the whole time. Hand, hand, foot. Hand, hand, foot. Hand, hand, foot. Hand, hand, foot. Or slow it down. Hand, I see that. Hand, I see that. Foot. Always something in front of you. Hand, hand, foot. You can add the shuffle. Little step, push off and kick. Step, push and kick. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. It might make it a little simpler if you're having fun with this. Remember that we're letting the leg fall forward. I've been pulling it backward just to stay in front of the camera. But remember when we warmed up today, we're throwing this foot as a push. So it's okay to not have to worry about balancing and pulling this back. Don't worry about that. Throw a heavy hand, throw a heavy hand, throw a heavy foot, and then let that go and come back and try that again. Boom, boom, boom. Just send that away, because that's what we're talking about now, pushing. So push with the hand, and push with that foot. I hope that makes sense. All right, so take a breath for a moment. One thing I just said there, let me just underline it. Remember that it's not just the timing that allows a bad guy to hit you. It's also the placement of your weapons. So remember when I said that the 1, 2 really becomes 1. So what I'm trying to do, if you're the bad guy, and those are your eyes right there, I'm putting this up in front of your face, and I'm replacing it with the other one. And I don't want you to really see me in the middle. Not for today. So if you can make this one thought of just boom, 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 that there's always something on them. And of course, this 1 doesn't have to be necessarily a push away. These could be 2 strikes, pop, pop. This could be a push and a push and a push, a hit and a hit. Or the reason that this is such a great combo is that front hand could also be a grab. You might reach out, grab their hair, grab their shirt, grab their tie, whatever they've got, grab their beard, and you pull them into that punch or pull them into that palm heel strike. So this front hand could be a grab, it could be a push, move back, and then hit them, or it could just be double strikes, or it could be 2 pushes. There's a lot of variety in what you can do with these weapons. But if you haven't spent the time to really get to know your shoulders, if you're not connected to the ground and feeling how that's helping you, if you're not clearing space to let your power come up and out, then it won't be that effective. You'll see a lot of people who have no training doing these kinds of things. Just their hands fall, they are not using their shoulders, they're not moving their bodies, they're off balance, their head is like this. We all look like that at some point. I certainly do. And sometimes if you hit me hard enough, I will still look like that. But this is a workout and we're trying to build better habits. So that's what we're doing. All right, so here we go. Let's add now the push from the last workout. Let's make a full combo here. So bad guys coming. We are gonna step in and bang, bang, kick. And then we're gonna turn and give them a big push from behind, right? That's what we're trying to do. We're always trying to get offline. We don't want to stay in front. So the idea right now will be to step in. I'm a little out. He's coming in. Time it. 1, 2, big push with the foot. And then when I get down, I'm just going to pivot to the outside and then push from the side, and then hopefully get away. All right, so that's the combo that we're looking at here. A 1-2 kick, pivot, push. 1-2 kick, pivot, push. 1-2 kick, pivot, push. 1-2 kick, pivot, push. Let's just try. Here we go. Bad guys coming. Imagination on. 1-2 kick, pivot, and push. Wow, I think I said it wrong. 1-2 kick, pivot, push. You got it? You got it? 1-2 kick, pivot, push. Find a new bad guy every time. 1-2 kick, pivot, push. Are you protecting your head? Try it again. Protect your head. 1-2 kick, pivot, push. And back out. Find a new bad guy every time. Here's one. 1-2 kick, pivot, and push. Keep going. See if you can speed up a little bit. 1-2 kick, pivot, push. Absolutely make sure, at least for today, that the 1-2 go together. At least get that much. 1-2. Make sure those are strong. If you feel like you have that, then make sure that kick is right behind it. 1-2 kick. Tighten up that timing there. 1-2 kick. And remember, you don't have to go super fast right now. I'm more concerned with the timing. Timing, not the speed right now. Speed comes later. Get the timing right. So you're doing good things quickly. If you've got that 1-2-3, nice, consistent, then see how quickly you can get to that pivot and push position. Again, I don't want to do 1-2 kick. Yay, I'm winning. Let me pivot. Oh, popped in the face. No good. So I'm still trying to make this happen in timing sequence as tightly as I can. Almost as fast as I can. Yes and no. Timing. So 1-2 kick, pivot, push. If you haven't switched feet by now, please do. Couple more. This is it. We're done. Keep it going. Very good. And hold it right there. All right. Did that feel good? Did that make sense? Why don't we finish up down here on the ground? Get him out of the way. Let's come back to the exercise that we started with. So hands on the ground. And let's just catch our breath here for a moment. We won't do a 5-minute plank like in the first workout. But let's just hold this for a moment and catch your breath. If you'd rather be on your knees today, that's okay. Just catch your breath here. Now remind yourself what that double hand push felt like. Right there. Okay, now let's start moving this again. One hand. I usually come back to a simple exercise like this when I get excited. You start throwing combos, you start hitting bags, you start sparring, and emotions get involved, and fears, psychological fears get involved. Who's watching? Am I ready for my next belt test? And all that screws up your movement. So you come down here, it's just grounding. Again, not a magical thought, just literally feel gravity, feel your connection to something big and strong, and then soak up this power right now. Soak it up. Little twist, little pump. I'm gonna add a little pop to that. especially if you don't have a heavy bag. Just feel the weight of that hand. Boom. Iron palm. Just feel, no offense to anyone who practices iron palm. I just mean you want to feel that your hand is indestructible. It's not. It's very destructible. So we'll be careful with it. But for now, a little twist, couple more. Whatever you can do. Breathing, feeling great. All right. And let's finish that up. All right. Sitting up tall, let's finish here today. I'm not sure if I can stand up. Sitting up tall, cross-legged is nice. Sitting on your knees, I don't really care. I just hope that you always make this effort to keep your spine straight so that you can open up this space in your chest, which then I think carries up to your head and lightens up everything that's important. Slow down. Can you feel your heart? If you can't, that's okay. Maybe next time you can push a little harder, get that heart rate up. If you can, let's slow it down. Use your breathing to see if you can control your heartbeat. Bring it down a little bit. And before we go, let's remember the big idea from today. Clearing space. Life has this funny way of constricting and crushing and pinning you down. And if we're not careful, we could end up in a fetal position, the way we came into this world, curled up in a ball on the ground, crying, complaining, whining, screaming, ultimately dying. So if that's dying, what's the opposite of that? Expanding, opening, stretching, reaching, lifting, lightening. So even if we're sitting down, I'd like you to think about everything spreading out, reaching up. And in that exercise, you're going to feel more space opening up. And that's what we want. So if you did a good job today of clearing some space in your head, I hope you've now filled it with some better ideas. You're strong. You're tough. You didn't quit. Cool. Clear a little more space in your heart. Remember, you belong here. You have a right to fight for yourself. You have a right to speak up. You have a right to stand up. And you have a right to put your hands up if you need to. But none of these techniques will work. Forget about fancier techniques if you don't have this cleared out and this cleared out. Get rid of the doubts and the fears and fill that with purpose, a sense of righteousness. You know who you are, you know what you stand for, you know what you will fight for. Those are the most powerful weapons you have. Okay, well, I always enjoy our workouts together. I hope you do too. Until I see you next time, smiles up, my friend. Let that smile be your shield and your sword. Keep fighting for a happy life.